Greetings, fellow Sarah-Leonin, and welcome to another edition of the Critical Thinking Talk Show. I am your host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. I try to start 2 minutes early so that way I will send out notification and try to bring our guest name in immediately. I will pause here for now and start for notify other folks' name, and then I will come right back. And I thank you again and welcome. Good. Greetings again, Mr. Kabba. I've noticed that you're on. I will bring you in shortly, sir. If you can kindly comment on this thread, I will bring you in shortly. I just want to send out notification, and then I will bring you on immediately. Thank you. You're all welcome. I did say earlier before you all come on board that I start 2 minutes earlier than we actually anticipated, because I want to come in and send out notification so that way I will bring in our guests right away. Welcome, Mr. Kabba. I'll bring you in shortly. Welcome, Mr. Bangura. And I feel free for share and notify other folks, and we'll come right away and start the interview. Once again, I thank you for your time and welcome. Welcome, Mr. Kabba. I will bring you in shortly. And I all welcome, and I thank you again for your time. I just did do some notification, and I bring our guest in immediately. And I thank you, and then I welcome for share. Okay, as I go, I go do more notification, and I try for bringing our guests immediately. As soon as I bring in, after I've done complete the interview with Mr. Kabba. Thank you again for your time and patience. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Finally, eh?
Yeah, Khadija.
From the end, and good afternoon at you end, Mr. Kabba. Welcome to the Critical Thinking Talk Show. Thank you for your patience, and finally we don't get connected.
Thank you for having me.
Fine, thank you. I want to take this opportunity to pause and allow you to come in and introduce yourself to the very few who don't know you.
Yes, Mina Ibrahim Kabba, we plenty people call Small Bobo. I'm born at Godrich. Lamina did the last candidate for the NGC in the 110 elections. We up to now. We don't know yet who that win, who that lost. No. I tell all I plenty thank you because we will make a day today for talk to the world. Because the last term on Friday, we try, but it not be happen. The network is bad. When I know so day, the parts of the world all day, not funny. Well,
Absolutely.
how we can possible.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, a lot of time is always the best. And I want to take this opportunity again to say thank you for taking a bold step to pursue your career paths to aspire for the constituency 110.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
I want to give you a good brief background about yourself before you come into politics, before you decide for aspire support something like Constituency 110. Give a brief background on Mr. Kabba himself.
Ibrahim Kabba, born na Godwich, from parents away come out na the provinces. Me daddy in background na from Sanda Matebon. In Nade young daddy born. Then come born na Kuso na the western rural. After Benguma, one village children for Kuso me return. And they in small one he moved come to Godwich. My mama, then born na Puloko. We get one tongue with them called Robert and Rogbonko. Himself, in small one and one can Godwich and come men and they, you know, how God able to fix the all two. Then born with. Me na the second to last. He told them born. I've started my school at the REC school at Godwich. From then, I go Imet Primary School, and I take the selective, then 10 and day. Then I take the GC at the Bond Secondary School. After which, I go humanity first. I do IT. I made them days away. So mommy they complain. They not know saying that the system now. After which, I come back for see how best I got the community. I play football for plenty of areas, sports, I like sports, and don't they evolve in community development, then different areas. When I be small, you know, we get plenty areas that will be bad now with community. As a young man, I organize even my daddy and other people where they will make me as chairman of a committee where do plenty things in the community. After then, till day, where I don't do, I don't serve the people and the community. They look at me, then take me for represent the youth na the peninsula. So I'm the represent the youth na YAPAD, Youth Alliance for Peace and Development during the war. Then day, I be the go na radio, you know, I'm still DJ Best me invite me, we do program. After which they decide say, okay, this young man, I'm out to try. In 2008, then test me for I represent my own area. Then I be Ward 331 na council. I served the Western Rural Area District Council for 4 years as a councillor under the ticket of the SLPP. Now maybe one day we win na the Western area for the SLPP. So I serve there. I go represent my people then. I not be represent party. So most of my promises them, I try to see how best I go help and the things that have been promised. Say yes, I go do this, I go do that, I go do that. You know, with support of community people, I'll be able to most of them in this. You know, they pay me 272,000 as a councillor. They sit every month. We not do serve for their envelopes where they meet me. But at least I do things that we're able to say the one community, the one constituency, all sign our Western area and plenty partner the world, being for respect me for that. So in 2012, the SLPP been give me a symbol again, a contest under them for the parliamentary seat. I get 14,000 plus. What I lost to the APC, you know, I sit down. We still push, but it reach a peak. Me and the SLPP will break away because of one or two things we able to say, we may not like, we may go on. And if we say for explain then I time no go day. So I've been here for sit down. 9 people like Dr. Dennis Bright who they got rich. He talked to me. He said they don't get a party, NGC, and then once for I join them. At the end time, I tell and say, wait for me. After some time, you know, I get for convinced by the young way the way they do things. So I'm get for declare for them. You know, so then give me the ticket for contest parliamentary in 2018. You know, we contest. One for our sister, Honorable Kadi Davis. Then what for Ali be say, then win. They go now parliament after some time. Some people and challenge them. They say you know win. And you don't know when we got the time of God will help you. the party consults me back and say, I forgot to contest the election back. So now the election is so contest, we up to now, unfairly, they will tell we, say, now this person win, now that they win, now that they lost, we never know. So for now, now that I'm going to tell you, I get 12 in Emusu. I get 3 picking. The first one, na Jace Kabba, when I made a name. You get the second one, na I Kabba, when I made my name. Then I get Sarah Kabba. Then 3.
Wonderful. Well stated. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You'll go now say, if you were given the opportunity for serve in the capacity of the Honorable MP of Constituency 110, waiting that you qualities them where you strongly believe say you possess, wake up convince Sarah Leone's them say you know the right candidate or the right man for the job. Which one will you give your strength?
Well, in the very first place, when you represent the people, the first thing when you try for know, always for consult them. Consult with them. Because now all they do things and together. You know,
Sorry, Mr. Kabba, you hear me good? You hear me good?
Are they very clear?
Wonderful. A call come in will interrupt we session and they take you out and bring you right back, yeah?
Yeah.
Forgive me on that,
Okay.
yeah? And they bring you right back. Please be patient. Thank you. Because I know I miss anything what they say. So be a miss small, yeah? Audience, sorry about that. I'll bring Mr. Kabba back right in. Mr. Kabba, forgive me, sir, for the interruption.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Last, starts all over again?
No. Just status I left off in terms of your strength or with the qualities that we possess. Yes.
Well, you get for they close to the people. You know, for they take decisions from you. And I tell you, the constituency when they, since that they are born, if you go through the length and breadth of the constituency, they will tell you, say, Ibrahim Kabba always stay very close to the people. Because when it comes to community development at the Buam, now we no more with communities, we get into all colonial parties where because you get people with it, then they in there. But if I happen for be the MP, one thing I go do, because of the Allah, the both we don't enter into the constituency, I go try for make us and bring everybody together. The first thing I for bring everybody together, because if you not bring the people together, then you're not going to bring any development at that place because you're not going to work. You understand? Therefore, bring everybody together like what be as in the council and the pick. I don't know which party you belong to. My target, my salon come first. And I go bring everybody together. You know, I know which party you did, be FPC, be SLPP, be NGC. I go bring everybody together. Then, after that, what I go try for do next, I go try to get what we call a constituency development team. This constituency development team, when I've been the council, the one they say for me and they've been contest the council elections, then I'll be part of me one committee. I bring them all, I convince them, and they're all been glad to work with me, say everything long. So I go try to do what we call a constituency development team, where it will be inclusive. Everybody, the one that when in the contest elections, I go try to let them come. And I not say I not get any relationship with bad with them. Then number 2, everybody with every organization within that constituency, like the bike riders, they will get representation, the fishermen will get representation, the medical people will get representation, the teachers will get representation, every sector where they go get representation in that particular place. Then we go try for we get an office. Also, we go do surgery. Office where then time after parliament session, I go candidate and I go sit down and see Uda and Uda one for see me. You know, because time go come not to everybody will see me and me host. Although me na one party person will be to say me host no reference. I tell you time when you ready for go, you see me. Who say me day, first on the day. But some people and they then go one for see you. That's that office way that they will all go to meet. We get a secretary, we to say go they receive correspondence and for send them out. Then, like you since you go represent the people, anytime when you get any debate, I go make sure say about that document they come, we look at them first as a community, as a constituency. We look at them, and that particular document, the constituency will able to advise me because we will get technical people who will look at them for see what thing that will be my position. And my position, not a party I get for go represent. If in a thing where we to say no day for benefits alone, because not to constituency, where you go to parliament, thing and they will be to say that the country now they represent. Anything we no say no go benefits alone and no go put on. The two will go benefit now go put on. Then we go do what we call needs assessment. Like the constituency. Every area we will get subcommittees them apart from the constituency development team. We get subcommittees that will be to say then committees and they now them go to organize meetings for we get we talk with the people and tell we what are their needs. Because if you as a parliamentarian you go build wells in a society area, you say me to go build well. Sometimes the people don't well they want. A clinic they want. Something you go for go build school. So not to school they want. Now well they want. So we go try for do needs assessment at the various communities first, and now we know the needs they within at the various communities, and we go put them in ranking. The one we go target first, the one we go target second, the one we go target third. Say now so we try for it. And how we go do them? We don't get all the needs here, we put them into a document. We go try for see NGOs. And we got people that will be to say we're the outside salon. We go get interest for help in certain areas. Me and that constituency development team now will see how best we go approach them one and day, and so that them we will help with communities on their needs. So now the thing and then they I no go left them behind, me and them go there, and me no go hide pan them like how other MPs and they hide pan them, and I go make sure say every time when they call upon me, I will go for let them see me. I don't they always they do them thing and I will continue for do them thing because they get respect for me and they know say yes, Ibrahim Kabba in word and in word. So that left and so forth.
Well stated, sir. Thank you. How you don't dealt with or cope with challenges of life as a whole?
Come again.
How you don't dealt with challenges of life as a whole? How you don't get trials or tribulation come your way? How you as an individual don't dealt with those situations?
Well, in the very first place, me I'm a Muslim. I believe in God. I believe in Allah. I believe say I get plenty way for direct me. Anytime I get a challenge, I dey pray to them, ask them for a direction. After which I get other people who they consult where they can come in for the direction. Let me bring some examples. Like what I've been doing at council. One game cost where they represent one party in a council. With that small money, what I been get 272,000 every month. And then they give me the envelopes already they can't explain. So what's happen? I just believe God and believe say yes, things will happen, and indeed they will happen. And other thing where you get for use na honesty. Honesty they help somebody long way. Where I've been the council, you get some certain people and they can't trust you. Say, we want let you do this. Upon what thing you don't see what they do, look at this small thing, do this. And when they test you, they want to see If you need to say then give money for make pump, they want know indeed if you go make that pump. If you left that, if you take that money, they eat time, they don't get confidence in you anymore. So you get for be trustworthy. If you no say yes, the team they wouldn't give you. If you work with them, how they work with them, how they say if you work with them. Then nothing other way big than me. Like other people then will see things that would be. Mean nothing other way. I just believe say everything where they happen with me, I waiting God mark for me, and it will change with time, and I can always pray to him for let help me or see how best it will happen.
Thank you. Knowing you this short while, Mr. King attest say, and we happen coincidentally happen to share the same religion. Like Muslim will say, I like a person will get strong in I like that. That's very nice.
I need to get you clear. This one I not get you clear.
Yes, I say, well, first and foremost, I'm going to commend you.
Yeah, that's
Wish
how I get
you.
the last side.
Okay. Okay. I say, what thing you consider to be your weakness? What thing you go consider to be your weakness?
Well, the things one party will me consider for being weakness. I not for see somebody to suffer. If you see somebody to suffer, and then they feel good, thank you, come, what I can want me, I can cry. You understand? If it costs for waiting me get, every two I get, all I able help that person. You understand? I will help her. So man, they take and say a weakness and inside. Then I get that forgiving spirit. I need a old person, I need a old grudge against anybody. You do me something, I will still forget about time and love push you. Because I don't say sometimes the two you do me, you don't know say you do me bad. You know, because you get plenty of factors ready to say the influence people bad. By the end of the day, I will forget what time, then we push ahead. And I make you not get more problem with people.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Take me to the day of the by-election of Constituency 110, sir. What's in like you experience of that very day? What's in you witness with your own eye?
Well, that elections will be to say plenty things and they will go wrong. Before the day, PPRC call we signed a communique that every candidate, now maybe make the suggestion, where they float them up. Because they understand, say, what the candidates and during elections, who can parade around, we can create tension. So, me tell PPRC in the presence of plenty other party members and NEC representative, the other people, I tell them, say, let we the candidates, if you don't have a problem, let we vote and go back now with us. What think can happen? If while they talk so, AYV na me witness. I go vote, AYV be one cover me where I go for vote. But they're late. So then call me, say I go meet them at the Godrich Community Center because I register. And I say no. I say I sign a communique that means they go there and again. Once I don't vote, I come out because get party agent they will represent me. So I come back na me house. So then they get for make, then come meet me. Usa sit down, then get an interview with me. But most of me confident, whether because that them party then have power or because then get their own way out anything, then break the rules. Then bring parade up and down. Then parade up and down. We've been bad, you know. And before that day, we get one meeting with NEC. NEC calls stakeholders of the various political parties now, Laka, na something in building. Then tell we say all party can go 10 people. What we go under? Plenty party respect the rule. But the other party then break the rule, which was very, very bad. In the presence of police and other people, and they don't do nothing. For say, okay, they don't say 10, then I say 10. So then they create that problem. Then the other thing will happen. During polling, you they see people holding at the other party, they will get money, they buy people and vote. Then they give them money for let them go vote for them. When you try for gather evidence, like me, party agent, when me then I took a gather the first evidence is sent for we. The second one, we want gather them. The policeman I insist the boy informed. Me don't know what's in the problem for let somebody gather evidence where they represent him party. Then you go seize him phone for let you not do that. It's an offense. Forget the boy in phone. Say, pass the boy pay money. Then after the election, days them after the election. That's it. Madia, now God rich. It happened at that South and Brooklyn boxes. It happened it happened cuts across the Table Beach. Then the other thing happened. I've been challenging the police, them, Deputy AIG Sula. The time we gather meeting at PPRC, in seven days at the meeting. I tell them, say, one part me worry. Now, Adam will man the elections. Say, then we're able to police that area. We see. Elections when they go, they do fine. Whereas a group of people go, you see ministers and other people, then go them book boxes. Which is very bad for democracy, very bad for the country in Go and before. So that's in the it creates serious problem for we, and you know, up till I don't know how they feel about that. I don't know how they feel about that.
Well, now that's for me. Next question: how you they feel foresee as a Sierra Leonean foresee how all them things and they unfold, or the challenges the way continue for face as a nation?
Well, what do we get for try for do as a nation? Not for me one, the one whole world. If you're not Sierra Leonean, any part of the world where they tie you belt, if you're a man, if you're a woman, tie you oja well. Salon they go fine. Things and they go bad. You get political intimidation before elections and during election and after election. We're not good for democracy. The country, because of the system here, investors they come. The country they suffer. And when the country they suffer, the ordinary man and they suffer. If you feel say you not get post in a salon, you they make mistake. You get post in a salon. You get assets in a salon. If you not be human assets, you go be material assets. You now all come together for see how best we able to save salon. Because at the Philippines, and I want to let this thing, Lord put an end to it so that salon will go before. I know how I feel during the war. Then suddenly, people and they die. With people and they die. Some mommy they run for their life. Therefore, not sit down. If you're not Sierra Leonean, any way in the world, come. Lord will fight. Lord will say the right thing being done. And if we do the right thing, I think it will be better for we all.
Wonderful advice, sir. Maybe we talk a little bit about your head of your political party, Honorable KKY. What do you believe saying that the quality the way Honorable KKY possess?
Well, KKY gets a lot of things that we be to say good for Salon and good for the rest of the world. Now, man, they don't test. Now, the world, a proven. That test alone would have been tested away proven. I believe, say, if we get a chance, we get the opportunity, the people where they help, most of the country economy now don't know give in economy of it. And if you get to don't know give in economy, that the policy where they believe, where they get trust in, now ain't go make them pump money, even the investors. Now ain't go make the investors then come. Therefore, if we get the chance, because of that respect, that credibility we get in them, I believe say people will come to this country will go come for help. And I believe say
Seem like we'll get an interruption from the hand of Mr. Kabba. Okay, so what I go do and bring them back. It seemed like in device freeze. Okay, don't drop actually. And I'll thank you for the patience. And everybody welcome. I will respond to the Okay. So it seemed like sometimes in battery don't go off. So in that light, Mr. Hassan, I did bring you on, sir, and I will continue with okay. Now see. And I all welcome, and I welcome. We're going to interview Mr. Kabba, but we get some type of interruption, and we need to able to get him right away. I did try for see if I go bring Mr. Hassan in. Mr. Hassan, kindly send me a request. I did try for bring you in, but they say no answer. So kindly send me a request on your own end. So I will bring you in, sir. And I will thank you for the patience. We can try again.
Hello.
Get some
Hello.
interruptions. It's not like you phone
Yeah.
freezing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
no mind
right.
me. No say we know. No say we know. Adopt man there. I don't you.
Understandable, sir. No problem. All right. Go ahead,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Like
I know saying you talk
I
about
can be
it.
advised
Yeah.
that let we all come together and see our best salon. We will save
Right.
salon.
You,
And
you
KK
actually
why
been
na
the
possible to say
yes, right.
I
Yeah,
get
you talk.
I believe in them. I get trust in them. The present situation within this gets at this country. If you remember during the war, Chijan Kaba, Chijan Kaba in kind we been get, and not be for easy for we. But Chijan Kaba then tell the evil them musicians, he say, "Bona left let them sing, but I'm gonna bush." Chijan Kaba bring all the sankona table, the children sit down and talk. Not so. It bring Kaba to
Yes, sir.
the cabinet. If we not get a soft policy, and not believe me, the one of them. It bring people like Johnny Paul them. You help them all. So,
Yes,
so
sir.
this term, we need somebody who will be to say that a development expert. We get trust, we get credibility, we get everything at the world. For fix alone. And let me tell you, if we make mistake, everything at this world, we get same way we say God is send certain person to make use of what it gets. We don't know what it for which one. Therefore, if we reach a time where we to say, would they vote? But Lord will take the vote. Vote exactly how the person they in character, you know, and make I give a lot of credit to the people in a God. This past election, although result not come out it, but the Godrich Community Center, we be to say now one party center where me people where they got register where they at the constituency. At least them prove them. Then show the world say yes, this is not person where don't forget about political party. You get people out there APC, you get people out there SLPP, you get people out there all some man out there party say, then vote for me. Me they feel say now so salon people them when it comes to voting because now we vote for our future. We make mistake, it go on away tomorrow. Therefore, Lord, we always vote for people them will be to say we will bring the things that we want. And maybe believe say can they? It gets all it takes for move salon from this ugly situation to a better one.
Thank you, sir. Some set of Sierra Leonean go say Indeed, Honorable KKY achieved so much for oneself, but during his years where he spent in the United Nations. However, on the other hand, some will say that he not do much in terms of giving back to the Republic of Sierra Leone. He not invest much. Yes, when it comes to self-achievement, he did. Although it's a backlight. Okay. He spent so many years United in terms of self-development. Yes, that's person. However, it was not consistent. But when it comes to giving back, I don't know if they get you get to hear pizza.
Yes, ma'am. I dey listen.
Okay.
Let you speak.
Okay, because there is some flashback. Yeah, so how you go answer to that? Saying that not only when it left United Nations now, it one can hold political um appointments them. Now that's him them now it been gets more time where it begin to give back to Sierra Leone. But initially during the years, many be they expect some they give the example of how you call honorable what's this gentleman name? I will come back to that, wherein he decide for let everything where it was achieved in the United Kingdom, kind of leave it alone. I don't know if you can check your device, would they get some backlash?
But I get
Would
you
you hear
anyway.
me? Okay. Yeah, so
Yes, I
how you
get you.
go answer that question, sir? Or how you go able convince Sierra Leoneans say it's not more of a self-development versus the concern of the country as a whole? How you go answer that?
Well, what if people be they look at the term KKY be at the UN. The United Nations are a big institution where be to say then get project them where then they scatter at the world. But for where KKY been did it do so much good for Salon. The only thing then there's the day will not even get that much technology for let people see them. Now later on is then see them. Like the banker soccer. Me self not be no say at where be there now you need to help. You know the barefoot project. Me not be no than they. They support the way they give to the universities and other areas. Me not be no but than they. Now this be answer we know than they. You know. And the man in role where they play now the UN system, at least something they self now be make Pakaba and others now be make we able to follow the world on quick because you need people who go press the button. Then in the days of the partners like Roma, indeed, plenty things and they will can they do in this country. What KKY do? Then they. But the ordinary man, the problem will get. Device a way for make people and see them here and they not been there. If they reach a peak where to say, now himself look now say, okay, because of the way the country today, let come home for help the people. It's not bad for let person come home for help people. And if, according to what he been talk, he said not to pass to be president. If it be any Southside God say they help. And they don't have parliament they try. If they play your part, if they play your part in constituency, if they play your part in other areas. Look like where even where one it gets a political tolerance, even at time where APC can get problem, if they go there. If SLPP back gets, if they go there, for see how best you go to bridge Sierra Leone. Therefore, the people let me want people and they think of personal benefits. No. Benefits when a collective benefit for we all as alone, a better pass the one a personal one. And I believe say if we get a collective benefit, it will help you all. Take a while go get your own part to answer. Then it's where you will get up for interview. But for now, la left and so.
Yes, sir. That's true. Then again, I go and bring back the point why they make again from many Sierra Leoneans within a various social media platform. When you compare the likes of Honorable KKY and Honorable Dr. Samora Wilson, Matthew Wilson Kamara, you give an example of he was still giving back during a time of UNIDO. Then some will say, when it comes to Dr. Samora Matthew Wilson Kamara, he did everything that he has worked for. in the place of United Kingdom, all his achievements, and they get the pound sterling and they pay him, he gets one of the prestige position there. But he decides to drop everything and answer to the call for give back to Sierra Leone. So some they say individual with like, and many they say back again when it comes to Dr. Samora Matthew Wilson Kamara, a lot of things the way accomplished and a man way not only serve one political party, it don't serve now all the political party then we exist now the Republic of Sierra Leone. And most of the accomplishments then we don't happen there in terms of certain things the way education program or how you call it, with the brain behind those achievements. How you go able for compare the two in terms of giving back to the Republic of Sierra Leone when we talk about for the benefit of the political population. I think they get a lot of I don't know if the audio is
Yeah. The leg gets you clear.
okay.
Well, what are the things?
Yeah.
Uh,
So no, the I ask you, I know say you happen to be NGC, right? But when you look
yes.
now on a national interest, right? And compare the two in terms of the achievement of giving back to the Republic of Sierra Leone, would I go sincerely say don't give back, or would I go really from your own point of view? Now we take the your political affiliation outside of the equation for a minute and look at the interest of a national interest in terms of Mama Salon. Oh, I think Usaide will need you now. Okay, good. Go again, sir. Now better, yes.
Yeah, then they play their own parts. Then play their own parts in different capacities. Can they play their own parts at the United Nations to that level and Epsilon? Dr. Samora play your own parts at EU and other areas for Epsilon. Can they don't come back now for come begin do a serve in the days of the NPRC as a minister, trade minister. He left go United Nations. He don't come back now for can serve. He serve now as a parliamentarian. I don't know if he if he Dr. Samora Kamara, if he him back, he don't serve as parliamentarian, whether in the PR system or any other side. But tell God thank you, can they don't come, they serve as an MP and they push.
Okay, but Mr. Kabba, you they avoid the question, eh? No,
I know they avoid them. I know they avoid them.
I want to know what's I want to hold them, right? On a national level, not on a political level, though, in terms of the accomplishment. Both of them, they don't get what you call self-accomplishments, what they want for themselves in life. Example of Honorable KKY, he has done fantastic for lift we flag high. For now, it take them amount of years on the United Nations, 20 years, not to 20 days. We respect him for that. But when you compare the two in terms of the one way sacrifice, it give all what it gets. This is the argument of Sierra Leoneans way they bring to the table. For now, you answer for in the national interest, not political interest. Meaning, with Dr. Samora Matthew Wilson Kamara, it get all these accomplishments. Na United Kingdom, it decides say when they call him come for now, it will serve now in country, and it happened not only serve for APC, SF, it don't serve for all the political party or different administration for the betterment of Masalon. So I try for say, no, we weigh those two and see who that you feel say really don't give them all to Mama Salon.
Well, me feel say can they don't do better because Dr. Samora Kamara, if you were economy so they like today, it don't serve on the inside and they all. But look how we economy day. It in a very bad shape. You understand?
So one second. So you're saying this current administration, they blame that on Dr. Samora?
No, in part it gets a share from what happened because he has served as a minister for see how best then we're able to try for fix the economy. If you to say we economy in a bad shape, it get part of the blame. And other people where they now themselves get part of the blame. We cannot apportion the blame to one person.
So for this other set of Sierra Leonean where they watch, we will say when you think of the inflation during when if they serve in the capacity of finance minister and with current situation, then we still argue, say, if you compare the two, which one is better?
No, then send and they were in there, it been better. But if we don't do much more better than what we get so like today. So if we don't do much better, if we get a cushion, if we don't be a cushion for the way I will take over, you understand? But what to me they say, indeed, them two people that they don't serve. Everybody in the world gets your opinion, how they look at things. But my own opinion, now that waiting can they do for Salone? Me believe say he don't do plenty thing for Salone. Because even when they as a trade minister during the NPRC, even when it's a government, when a civil government, he do plenty thing for Salone. He go to the United Nations, he help Salone. He still at the House of Commons, when at the Parliament now, he help Salone. So now we wait and see, waiting for happen in the future. They try, but Dr. Samoa Kamara, indeed, in that inside of him as a finance minister, in plenty thing for put away, we be to say me, it's right, but able to make Salone get what he wants with all the experience we get.
Okay, thank you for your sincere input on that area. So if for the one that will go curious as to if you can name 5 things then what you believe say Honorable KKY accomplished during then term there, so where you refer to, if you can name 5 of them thing and they for enlighten the one that we're not aware of the accomplishments them.
One part of the way do it represents we that the international community well. 2, I agree about the Banka Soka project. The 3rd one, other Banka Soka project and other I go the way to say them don't do visibility studies them part 4. Then number 3, I agree about this them be a food project for them women then. We then take them to other parts of the world maybe to say help they able to learn, then get skills for fixed solar system. The 4th one tell me they will be to say this country where they celebrate the woman then their own day, then do a celebration. They bring people and come here where to say they give so much money to the woman then for help the woman then so that they will able to go. Then can they even when we lost elections and not go and make any statement to go create problem for we. Than they alone, a man of peace, now another accomplishment we do. Understand? Then let me give you another thing. If you go to places then at the country, you go see side the way they do skill training centers for young men then, where they do carpentry and other things them. Now other places, the bow and other areas. Then they serve another accomplishments for them. You understand? We bring Canada this country, we all elect today would enjoy.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. So if you have any idea of the accomplishments of also the other presidential candidates we have been just mentioned, we also don't give back. What's in the 5 things that way you believe say instead of accomplish, if you get any idea?
Like where you save a sacrifice for Salone, like Dr. Samoa Kamara. It come in trying times for help Salone. You understand? Then for let's serve in incapacity then they serve. You understand? And a good thing for them. And a good thing for the country because so Monday we be to say the other parts of the world right now. If you call them for cancer Salone, in a camp. But we come safe. That sacrifice we make is very good for we. And any other thing now, lie no lie. You know, and not put other thing we be to say lie go camper. That then they know. That is sacrifice that we don't do from NPRC to the other government that we don't serve. Now very good in this country.
Okay. In terms of Honorable KKY, when it first initially when a parliament starts, it gets a very strong voice where it stand for the rights of the people them. Where me are one of the people that we publicly write and commend them for that effort. Then it comes to a time when it becomes silent with some people them concerned about that. Well, let me start first for give some of the things that we do with positive. Initially, when it stand firm for the truth. Then secondly, let's go back to May 31st, 2019, where we've been getting a national issue having to do with some political parties supported them, specifically the All People's Congress, where they may get some issue having to do with they shoot tear gas for them. It also take a bold step. A couple days later, it go in and kind of like console them or extend in sympathy. This is very nice for national cohesion. So, but many the concern is that why that's when certain significant things then they happen. And most recently, I think it been pull out a statement to where instead they condemn certain things then. But there are a lot of other things that will unfold where Sierra Leoneans and concerned say why the silence of Honorable KKY.
Well, the problem with mortal man, then he want always let somebody they talk for them. KKY, they don't talk and say, we're in a parliament with in NGC team, now for do an objective thing. Say when I for criticize, it go criticize. Say when I for oppose, it oppose. Say when I for support, it support. So when I for give favor, it go give favor. The problem with me, I make if you watch, KKY they play between the two parties there. It can reach time where some APC man go glad for KKY. It can reach time where some SLPP man go glad for KKY. It depends on waiting come and waiting get for the parliaments are different place. Now waiting in table now when I get for discuss. And when I discuss them, it go fine. Now it they represent at the African Parliament. It did the things and the way go where they affect Africa. I believe say go they try for see how best for push them. Yeah. Let people then look at them that way. They KKY no they under for just go praise person because he want for praise them, or he want oppose somebody because he want oppose them. Things that when I for praise, they praise them. Things that when I for oppose, they oppose them.
Thank you, sir. So some set of Sierra Leoneans on various social media platforms, then they refer to the NGC political party as a continuation of the Sierra Leone People's Party. What do you go say then for convince them otherwise? As you stated initially, you've been there with an example of that, wherein you have been strong SLPP supporter or member at some point and decided for whatever reason things not work out, you decide for join NGC. So how you go convince Sierra Leonean that the NGC is not a continuation of the SLPP, but rather on its own?
The NGC, the SLPP now a registered political party on its own. NGC is a registered political party on. I don't know how they can be a continuation. You understand? But what you want for loud tell Sierra Leoneans now that the NGC is an independent party where they serve their own side for Epsilon, SLPP gets your own. Therefore, NGC then on your own side, SLPP then on your own side. And NGC, we are just we put Salon first. This will last elections. We say, do me, I do you. They do so. We say, we the think about the people how they suffer. But if you watch, everybody gets your own slogan. Then they get one country, then they get one people. We say united, we stand united. You church one, We all they suffer, now we boku. Look, another different there. Yeah. That where people then get a perception, they let them forget. What do we know no more? Then this country, we get to old party there. You get the SLPP, you get the SLPP, you get the APC. You know, now make when me there like the correct here they talk because I don't know what thing for happen tomorrow. I don't know what thing for happen next tomorrow. Because I know cut before God. But for now, what they talk to you so that NGC are there. And I believe the NGC say they get plenty things that we will help Salon.
Wonderful, sir. Waiting at the way forward for constituency 110, any word yet since the cancellation of the election from anybody or anyone way they in charge of the election, Farley, any word yet?
No, nobody, no word, no commodity. Okay. Up to now, word, no commodity. Would they listen to them? Any to them say, would they be in there? We don't contest the elections. We don't tell people and say.
Okay. So get a slight interruption again with Mr. Kabba. patience. And I'll welcome again. At the try for bring Mr. Kabba one more time. So we'll wrap up and then bring Mr. Sise in. Okay. So I can see the connection again, the actor. So we'll give it a little bit time. For now, we'll get a final word with him before I bring Mr. Sise in. And I thank you for your patience. Mr. Kabba, when you come in, try for see if you will send me a request. Should in case I need it will bring you in, so you will get your last word before you go, sir. Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. HASSAN, I will see if I will bring you in. Okay. Okay, so the same thing. We still need to get an answer. Let's see. Now, thank you for the patience. Okay, Mr. Kabba, now see again, yeah? Okay. I understand the reception. We almost done, sir. You there, me? Welcome back. Yes, sir.
Yep,
I want you to
you.
take this opportunity now for you speak to the youth of Sierra Leone. What thing will be your advice to them or Sierra Leone as a whole before you left?
Well, my brother, my family, we na Sierra Leoneans. Any partner the whole way do ya? The cabin begin. Not feel say this country I be left and also day. If you feel say you not get brother, you not get sister, you not get relatives, you don't get family na no say other people and they will get family na and whatever the case, once you get that salon blood, you must get family na things they need to go well. Any parts na the world we dey, any corner we dey, try for see how best you back be able to influence for let things and work for this country. Because we get different factors the way they make things and need to go well. You go to the health side, you get problems. Now when you sick, you go to hospital. Now you go to say yes, problem day. You don't get money, na problem. You go to the education side, problem day. The economy, look at in Ledom. Therefore, any button where somebody able to press na the world for see that things and work well for we all. Love we want. Because if we dip on this thing for long, and if what thing will happen tomorrow, and what thing will happen, you not go find. The unemployment rate is plenty. The young man and they not get work. What in the happen with the young man and they? What they not get work? Some of them, you go see some man per Okada. This Okada back when they ride now they then go they seize advantage for them for let them living. You go see some man now store they broke, then they seize advantage for them back for let getting living. The one day where they gonna see, they fisherman, you go see them go put license, we go create problem. We all foresee how best we go come together for save this country.
Okay. We don't get to freeze back again. Okay, sir. Wonderful.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
Go ahead.
if you try some of them, not get patient, then if you don't get hope again, what thing for happen? Then go do other thing, maybe to say tomorrow we all go regret it. So me the big, whether you the SLPP, you the APC, you the NGC, you know then a party self, any sign of the world we did. Lord, we come together and see how best we will save Salone. Salone, with people in the die. Angry they boku. Some man for it's been a problem. Some man for it's a problem. Some man they able get, some man they don't able get. Medical, people and the way they pass, the secret and the boku, easy, and we are the suffer now boku. We are the suffer now we boku. Therefore, Lord, we all come together as a country. Lord, see how best to go press buttons there for letting fine. If you be to say that the leadership that this country not good, Lord, we talk them. Lord, speak them out. Lord, forget about political party. Lord, we say, yes, this thing not good. I get a friend, I get a brother, when I all been in a SLPP. That me brother did. Then they say, confess to me. Say, indeed, things they need to work well. So this self tell them, I say, what if I do? Try for talk to the big one there where you sabi, then they know say things they need to work well. If they know say things they not go work well, they go find a job. We mama them, we sister them. Then they suffer. Some pass microcredit. They microcredits back the percentage where they look at way every under. So no problem. Yeah. Then the Sierra Leoneans are where they are. One thing we will forget. Now for we respect then one day okay send us small support for we for let things go before. Make sure say that thing they will send for you. Use them for use up because some man has said so they go put on for other things that were correct. Where they can make some man they lose hope. Where we say no get mind for can invest in this country. Dear, with the big. If you know say we
Would it get a slight interruption? Okay.
The government, what would they need for do? Let we try for get peace and justice in this country. Not look people and because they need to support you, you go hold them, you go put them in a prison for nothing. You need to work. You understand? When my person need support you, need to support you. What you need for do, if you want somebody now for talk to them, they go come over. And other way they for talk. Do things that way correct, they go fine. Look at what they happen. Some side and they will be to say elections come now, na la la. Salona for this one. Tiabi don't come, who if you say then Tiabi don't go bien we. But now then they occur, then they repeat themselves. Would they beg? Papa government. Via now for try. Do things that will be able to make each and every Sierra Leonean go no say yes. They go gladly for living in this country. Let we get it. Lord get away for let we able get food. Lord get away for get access to medical. Where be to say go then that cost where be to say go able help we all. Let job then day. If you know to that a problem, the way me they see the country, no problem. So man they will get work all left and say, now suffering and people in deeper. So they are at the big. Then tax them within our taki. Let them reduce them. If you then reduce them, it go fine for we. If you then reduce them, it go fine for we. But side they will be to say the tax high too much. Then them boku protocols them. Some side and then protocols them put them down. What's not too bad till the person they bring up for can kill we. Now till we be to say go save we. Via now me simple word than they what get. Then the church them, the mocks them. I tell you, thank you for the prayer they wanna can do. When I continue for pray. Lord, we continue for pray. Then prayer then they go soften some man in heart. Some man will be to say get strong heart. You go soften them. Then one they will be to say get bad intention for this country. Some man they will be to say anything we talk a negative was alone. It's not correct. Not the day for the talk they pray bad for salon. No. Pray for let good thing come. And if you pray for let good thing come, it will find for you all. So yeah, all the leaders they let them come together for see how best salon will do. I tell you, I thank you. Something they do them don't implement. Like that's how they're gonna be into money. Some of them recommendation and they not follow them. The laws in this country then they plenty one. The laws they plenty one. Then laws they now they will follow. Even Constituency 110, when I follow the law, if X 9 win, let them tell us say 9 win, then yeah, Lord forget, you know go fine. This do me, I do you, not good. We know say, where SLPP be there in opposition, APC do all kinds of things against them. But same they come now at this na life. If you say you turn and give somebody, you know go find. Say they come, you break the chain. Say you been doing this, but me I need to do again. I no go do you that silly because I want for let we get peace and let things go before. Dear at the big. Everybody. Me and Ibrahim Kabba, and my last word is why they left for now. Lord, we come together for see how best salon will go before. I tell you, thank you.
Before you go, Mr. Kabba, I believe say many Sierra Leone where they watch today, we get the best interest of Salon, where na patriotic Sierra Leonean then go attest and agree with most of the significant points then where you highlight today. And if I can re-echo some of them, you talk about if you were given that opportunity, your goal will be for unified Sierra Leonean. You speak sincerely and you also condemn the behavior of certain set of, if I may quote you, supporters or members of the present government on the behavior within put during the election of the constituency 110. You also talk about political intimidation. You talk about the goals stem way you go and accomplish if you were given that um, chance to become the MP of that constituency. You talk about risk management, like I say. You talk about putting Salon first. You emphasize on inclusive. You get different what we word on unifying. Then it would be like you go. You talk about office in that area. For now, you will make it available for people. Then they will come for can sit down and talk to you. So on behalf of the peace-loving Sierra Leoneans and all patriotic Sierra Leoneans, we mean good for them. And again, like I talked from the episode when I be get the opportunity for interview with the honorable, strongly believe say you know say anything I also where you could be arrested for. You speak and everybody get the right freedom of speech. You not say anything for insult anyone, you know, talk about anything violent, but rather you encourage peace and unity in our country. I want to tell you plenty thank you for where you honor this invitation, sir. And I take this opportunity also on behalf of the Critical Thinking Talk Show, the entire team, to wish you nothing but well in your future endeavors. I want to give you the opportunity to say anything where you want to say before we call it quits, sir.
Yeah, so Mama, myself want to tell una plenty thank you. At least now a privilege for let I get for talk to the world. If una give me that privilege, I want to tell una thank you. And we dey pray that God will make the relationship go fine and let una organization go dey make sure say una bring people and come there go to talk to the world, let people and listen. And may they give una the assurance that anytime una call me, by God in power, I go must come for let a honor everything. And let not happy now. Now we all day now. We go to talk.
Yes.
Lord, they do it to come on. Lord, we be friends. Lord, be sisters. Lord, be brothers. Like everybody, Mina Sierra Leone, I love una all here. Mina Amadi. We get one slogan where they say love for all, it get for none. That's so me time. I like everybody. I not get by that for nobody. You know, where the term reach, where me own term done at this world. I get a mission. When me term done, it done. God will take me a go. Thank you.
Once again, sir, for all your service where you don't give to the beloved Mama Salon, from your history in Godrich, I wish you nothing but well. Thank you for your service to Mama Salon. God bless you, and
Thank you
God
very
bless your family,
thank you.
and God bless the Republic of
Thank you very much. Thank you
Until
very much.
next
Thank you very
time.
much. Amen. Amen.
Audience, and I thank you. That completes the very first interview with Mr. Kabba. I now bring Mr. Patience. Mr. Sise, I don't add you now, so you will appear. Mr. Sise, good morning, good afternoon at you end. Welcome to the Critical Thinking Talk Show. I want to tell you, take this opportunity
Thank you.
for tell you plenty thank you where you honor the invitation. And I also pause for you to make use of this opportunity and introduce yourself to the world, sir.
Thank you very, very, very much, Perseverance, Tenacity. Uh, I want to tell you thank you and tell the rest of the world thank you for giving me short an opportunity for get a worldwide coverage so that I can tell the people exactly that na me and what I stand for. Of course, in the initial stages, you don't do the publicity already. You tell the people, say you go host me immediately after you host Mr. Kabba. Well, Fambul Mina Hassan ACC, the parliamentary aspirant for the just concluded our unforgivable by-elections will be happen on the 14th of September 2019. And I'll be privileged for witness this show today.
Wonderful. Thank you and welcome again. And so, say the coverage so they can access, so we go right to it. I understand, say,
All right.
we try for do national cohesion, national building, or whatever term.
I know they get you. I know they get you. Hello.
Okay. You there hear me now?
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. You please come again. I know get exactly what
but
you
you hear me voice in?
Of course,
Wonderful.
I get an now.
All right. So I know say we all young gold as Sierra Leone and we patriotic Sierra Leoneans then. Now for now we promote national cohesion and we build with Salon to how we all imagine for be. So you happen to be one of the aspirants of the Falaba election. We just passed
by election
September 14. I want to be sincere and then you tell the world how that's go. What are you experience of that election we just passed? I know them thinking that you get background interruption, eh?
Yes, just they asked the way for move out. Thank you very much. You know, they like sincerely say my sister now unforgivable one because you rightly mentioned for national peace cohesion. And me as an individual, the party where they represent, one of the fundamental pillar we don't keep we going for make sure say we embrace peace, we embrace national cohesion, and give a supportive hands to all the things that we will create a better Sierra Leone for all of us. But unfortunately, you get other political parties where the same process where we trade on. That's the sad part of it all. And as I tell you, the just concluded unforgivable elections we just done don't actually show people say the
okay, so they get coverage connection issue in our patients. In a patient's way. So maybe what I go do is I go take you. Okay, you don't come off anyway. Then I go bring you back, sir. I know the connections sometimes they can be challenging. So we'll get for the beer and patients. Okay. So now give us small time. Mr. Hassan, immediately when you come back on, just send a in the meantime, I'm going to try on me on end too. Okay. So now patients win, I thank you again. I just read some of the comments. Okay, Mr. Eugene, whose party they insert na NGC party. Miss Dalanda, welcome, madam. Thank you for your time. Mr. Hassan, okay, when they say I'm here. Okay, serving masses. It's a majority are disgruntled SLPP. Okay, I think they referred to the NGC. Okay, I'll go have Mr. Love you the most, madam. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. Mr. Blue, so color KKY is selfish man, not fit for salon. Okay. Mr. Blue, he would have guide bio in a better direction. Okay. KKY feared the backlash and propagandism. Okay. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mr. Janet, welcome, sir. Thank you for the support. Okay. All right, so now try again, Mr. Hassan. In a please patience. And saying I know the connection at on not easy. So then said they try them best. Okay, still not they come on yet. Okay. Okay. All right. So in a patient small, yeah. Now see if I will put anything we're going to entertain in the meantime. Let's see if Mr. Sunday will come back. Okay. Mr. Hassan, when you come back, let we know, yeah? Okay, let's see. Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir, Mr. Hassan. I know say the connection here acts up something
The
day. Welcome
connection,
back,
the
sir.
connection. Thank you
No,
very much. Thank you very much. You know, say
yes.
we get poor networking system that they show how bad off we country they. Very much embarrassing,
Yeah.
my sister. So we go ahead exactly
Yeah.
with which will be the same. So like I mean, they
Yeah.
tell you the world say they just concluded by election on unforgivable one simply because of the things that were happen during and after that particular process. And you can't believe it. But I want to take her systematically. Whatever you ask, I go answer. Let not just burst into her.
Yes. No, please, I want to know you give me what you see with you and yeah, what you experience, what you see, you hear, and you know for sure say nothing happen. Because I like with this way platform, we want to get credible information. Then I make it vital for them we get them from the first hand instead of the the different platform or he say she say. So go
All
ahead,
right.
sir. The floor is. Mhm.
Okay. Honestly, when this thing starts, it been get a peaceful trade. Very peaceful at the initial stages of week campaigns. Of course, we've been getting like 1 month, 2 weeks for campaign. I mean, I can tell the people say election not to term for fet, not to term for cause problem. Because if you damage somebody for me, probably I don't even know the person who don't damage for me. The person and in people in Vienna way they support that particular person, no will get business with you because you don't damage them person. Probably Hassan Sisi might not aware of it, you know. So when these things got started in a peaceful trade, after some time, after like 3 weeks, where we don't move into the campaigning properly, then we find out say other political parties, APC and SLPP, turn the main center, of the elections when I fall about town to be specific, a battleground. We begin see
Mm.
political intimidations, we begin see party then they fight themselves, mono-ethnic politics begin for sure right away. And we see in a case wherein the ruling party, they go out to stakeholders ranging from region chiefs, paramount chiefs, section chief, town chief, mami queens, chairman, youth leaders. They go with strong message. They tell the people, say, if una get vote now, we can come and sack una all. Very much unfortunate. Of course, one of the example within the site, say way back, after we then done do the de-amalgamations and the past government been do, they install region chiefs. We then come back, then sack all of the region chiefs, then we then be installed by the institution. Then
The pre-
come
Mhm.
based on chronism and other things, they appointed theirs, and that's how it goes. So then you use that as a reference point for threatening others. Say, we're not tired for sack,
region chief, not to town chief Ugutaya for sack. So that eventually pierced a knife through a traditional sense of stronghold. And what they do 3 days to the elections, the stats for pumping, and pumping very hard, very seriously. They threaten people, come with cash, distributing cash to people. Can't you imagine this? They give people 200,000 just overnight for buying votes. And the possible way they put not all the right candidates for go represent with constituency. So this is not a problem. And what happen again, the eve to the election, now be complete mess because then rubber stamp the district, then turn her into a complete rubber stamp, importing thugs, like saying a revo. I tell the people, I said it's not a revo with the palm. This is sad for we people. The people who the Fed for go represent has long time been poor, marginalized, and destitute in the countryside. So they need a proper representation. We go out there, sell out the ideas back home, tell the people how exactly them people have been known they suffer. Go out, expand, bring calm opportunities for the people back home so that they will for realize their own potential in diverse ways. But the politics where the NGC they practice is completely different from waiting APC and SLPP they practice. Because from waiting we don't see from a leadership, you go out there, you get for put your constituency in a flat competitive ground, wherein everybody gets the opportunity for unleash their potentials. You understand? And you put it as a center person for sell out them potentially within respective people also get. Unfortunately, the APC and SLPP they allow the NGC for propagate their information here, for sell out their ideas here. Then don't polarize with country with this green and red stuff. So eventually waiting to happen, the people don't become monofocal. Don't know they even be reason with the other political parties because then get one logic. People say this country from 1961 to present day, if not to APC and SFP, for discourage people, not for left them at all. So we can tell people, say we don't decide for left them because of the things that we then they do not correct. The APC and SLPP respectively don't delete the norms of a very good politics in this country. So now people they see politics like a more or less full of deception, lies, and whatnot. So when you come with realities on the ground, the people know the thing for understand you. As long as you not pour the finances, we will wave them out. The finances we will move them for go back, for go cast them ballots for you, then it becomes a problem. So the threatening, the buying of voters, and other things don't create a huge problem at that particular constituency. Can you imagine the resident minister of North, where they call Abu Abu, imported thugs, over 3 vehicles, with thugs, then come in Falaba, then spread out at the constituency. Then they serve as a potential ticking bomb. Now areas where they know say now we on stronghold. Like it happened na Ganya when I'm a stronghold. It happened. They came in, they packed a vehicle. Then guys here they win at thugs. APC get their own, SLPP get their own. Now the entrance of the township. So then they make exactly people afraid for go out and cast them votes. We get about 13,977 voters at that particular constituency. Sadly, only 6,324 people go out to cast them votes. See how unfortunate it is. And all of these areas where the people show out for go votes, now they're in strong areas because they built a fence around their own strong areas, expose other people to danger, other people's stronghold to danger. So eventually the people became panicked, they became scared, they're not able to go out and cast.
Okay.
Sorry, now I think I called try for coming. Sorry. So what in then they do now that
That's
then
okay. Yeah,
they do things where sadly they poison other people and heart, not for left them at all, and not for serious for patronize with other political parties. Otherwise, honestly, to be sincere enough, if we now this country start for elect people into public offices based on waiting that they present to we. In other words, the manifesto. If you feel say the manifesto we HASSAN ACC they bring come for this particular elections go good for you, it good for a beginning, good for the other person, and good for the rest of the constituency, then go out and cast your vote for her. If at all, no good, no vote for me. So then they also go jeopardize the politician their interest, not for the couch money, but rather couch better plans for the people, so that they go able to foresee reason why they will vote them into public offices at the expense of giving them money. So this has become a very, very huge problem for us. For later we will get a breakthrough now then to political party at the hand. So basically now some of the things that this will happen. Now they just concluded unforgivable by elections, honestly.
So make we many go argue say ne we no look on the SLPP APC NGC C4C, but rather as a leader. Because not just to give an example, maybe Honorable KKY go be NGC today. If he decide for go na APC and he accomplish in gold way what accomplish, you understand? Or maybe, I believe say Sierra Leoneans can go look and say, no, we blame leaders than political party. You get me? Let's just say for an instance, you come up today with Mr. HASSAN to say progressive movements.
Yeah.
You go, you bring a lot of people them like your cabinets where you believe say you trust them. You give them prestige position them. You gold now, you gold, you aim your objective now for bring the best of Mama Salon. Yeah. Unfortunately, you they do the right thing. The people that way you decide for trust in them prestige position there, then fail you. We not gonna look at me personally or some set of Sierra Leoneans not gonna look, let me take me out of the equation. Some set of Sierra Leoneans will say the political party is not the issue, but the individual them. You understand? If Mr. HASSAN Sidom in cabinet members them fail them, then now Inge for be blamed. You understand?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they maybe APC now, SLPP now, NGC now, possibility say they can get they most go don't get one successful leader in the past or in the future where go bring Mama Salon to Usa we all they imagine. You get me?
Yeah.
But if we say because we're all products of Mama Salon, and some of we go be good, some of we go be bad, yeah. But with the how you call them, the point where they try forget at Salon bad say it don't bring some productive citizen. You understand? During these two political party for the past how many years we don't gain independence. You get me?
Yeah.
So I believe say right now we not talk about APC, NGC, but now we talk about we current state of affair where the leader now responsible for whether it's good or bad. You get me?
Yes.
So from what's in me, yes, if we current president is Excellency Dr. Mr. Madabio, yes, they see individual like the name where you mentioned, Minister Abu, they don't do something similar na the place of McKinney.
Sure.
This behavior continue na Falaba, then nothing is being done. So who is the problem? APC is not in governance. NGC is not in governance. So who do we hold responsible for this behavior?
All right. I think it is simple, my sister. We have to be sincere. Yeah. Lack of sincerity has cost us, a catastrophe in this country. I tell you, the issue of violence at this country and the issue of bad governance has to do completely and entirely with the leadership structure we get. Of course, the leader and the name of His Excellency President Julius Madabio, as an individual, is a violent person by nature. It don't manifest that in 2012 we saw a situation wherein a running mate, a ring and slap publicly. We all knows that. It is not a hidden secret. You understand? And there is something we I want follow people know. We know it, then get what we call inside sociology, they refer to us as a social structure. They said it is the interaction of people upon the basis of their position in society. Honestly, you make friends upon the basis of one attitude, and it must have got things that will bind you together. You understand? So if you get, there must be a reason why Mr. A and Mr. B, they meet at any point. There must be a reason for that. There is also a reason why Mr. C and Mr. D are always close range. You understand? There must be something binding them together. So going back to Abu and the current president in case, it not say Abu they create problem for this country. They don't do violence on several occasions. They create talks, bring can talks, beat in people. They don't in the import talks them all over. You see the violence that 110. I mean the follow on our way on they go through, and the president hasn't done anything good about it. You understand? And I mean it's not about party now. Let's leave the party thing, okay? Let's face about individuality. Now you get your leadership structure. I mean, me for one, now KKY in ideology I follow make I go to NGC because I know he's a person that has the capability to move Sierra Leone forward. I mean, among the aspirants in 2018, there was not a bet. There were no other better candidate than KKY outside the margin of doubt. Because of the ideas then, wetin e don do na the international community, wetin intend for bring back home na this country, I see and say na the best. And because of that, if I follow around, I will help for push Mama Salam go before. Because that we all gear to us. But if you they as a sitting president, you want for push Sierra Leone go before, then you see somebody they subvert that same process, you get a responsibility, and that is let the man off. Let the man know, say, as a result of irresponsiveness and incohesive responsibility make you the sucker. You understand? And of course, other people be known they do them. If you propagate violence, they need for treaty within the confined premises of the law. Let the law take in course. No man is bigger than the law. If Abu don't become notorious in creating talk, now they don't send a big information. They don't send a very big signal for constituency 39. No, it's not 39. The Bafodia by-elections. They have another by-elections come this the 21st of this month. Where this other fellow die, Eskimo. And also, then don't they send and go haywire. It is all over now the news. It make news. Rumors have been hitting the ceiling. That's what you have seen our constituency 040 is just a tease of the iceberg. What you have seen our constituency 110 is another tease of the iceberg. The real show is going to happen at Bafodia. So waiting this they tell we now. This is not to revel with the plan. This is not a junta government. Let them be serious about governing our people. I mean, there are a whole lot of things that is happening outside the violent stuff. We don't notice say the country they suffer. You understand, man? If you look at the current economic trend, how we country they go, it run bad. No secret about it. No question. If you inherit a country where you let's say you inherit a broken economy, but you also the boast to the international community say you they pay you civil servant without a bank overdraft, with the fund where I mean the taxes where you generate. So I mean, outside then they come on. You understand? If I mean let the government be sincere to us, then we know say now this not the prevailing circumstance. Let them know they treat people like fools. But the country, to be sincere enough, it's not about politics, it's not about partism. And they talk like real Sierra Leonean now, and they talk like NGC person again. That talk like a real Sierra Leonean. As a peaceful citizen, we country with a suffer. And let we make way, let we push the country for long-term growth. I think that we all forget to us. Let we take the NGC slogan now. Put Salon first, and putting Salon first, there are many things we have to be considering. there are lots of things. He embedded a lot. You get for look at zero tolerance to violence. You get for look at zero tolerance to corruption and other things. Then Boku, I'm not going to name all because the problems that we see I will get now. The average Sierra Leonean, if you talk to her now, the first thing we will tell you now bread and butter issue. And it's a serious matter. If you cannot feed the populace, then wait till they gear to us. I'm afraid.
Wonderful. I like that when you talk about looking at it on a holistic point of view.
Sure.
And the very first interview I've been getting with a dear friend of mine, Mr. A.P. Thomas, I say, like Maslow hierarchy suggests, for now you're able to accomplish your goal, you get to go through stages.
Sure.
And when you become the head, the first one we would need for address now the basic need, the basic necessity for every Sierra Leonean.
And one is
they're
food.
not able to eat, yes, the food, the water, the shelter,
Sure.
that type of thing. If we're not able to address that, then everything else becomes secondary. Yes, we all agree, say, corruption must go, corruption, whatever way possible, it must go. We get to put an end to it. But you will not focus on corruption, ACC, and then neglect the need of Sierra Leonean. Then the other thing where I want to ask you, sincerely speaking, from the day where you don't born and become a citizen of Sierra Leone, and when you get that legal right for cast a vote, and you don't able for vote from the minute where you begin vote as Sierra Leonean, have you ever seen this type of tension in your life?
Never.
From that of
never. Now that's make I refer to this particular incident as a revel. I think I had an exclusive interview the eve to the elections, and people were laughing about it countrywide. I think I was connected with SLBC. I was interviewed live, and I told the people this is not a revel, so we are not expecting to see any activity where go reflect to a mind to the sad experiences that they say I don't know go through. Honestly, like how I say, I don't need for talk like a politician. Let's be honest, politics for me is now gone. We got a responsibility in moving our country forward. But some of them things here, they ferment problem for the ordinary citizens. Because if you look at the low income earners way back in our constituency, these are people who haven't got any idea about governance. You understand? So if you go back and started threatening them, cow talks, people like the fool as them, I mean, get one slogan, I'm not able to repeat it again. When they ask the owner, they go, what I say, no, I know they go there because I don't see Soja Mande and other people. Could you imagine? I think I forgot to mention this. Let's just come into this. We get an ambassador to Iran, Ambassador Ali Badara Kamara. You know, guess what thing happened? We all know constitutionally this country, you maximum leave, if not to sick leave, if not to indefinite leave, I think 1 month. That man has been there for the past 2 months at a campaign. You understand? He abandoned constitutional responsibility because he is the ambassador to Iran. This is a guy where they tell people, they go right around, they tell people, say, for now, because he's a Yelunka by tribe, I'm not going to be tribalistic here, but I'll just make few things where even they talk. They say, for now, in the Yelunka God, after God now in. So whatever I say about the Yelunka, then it's how I go put it's a hard and fast truth, and also it's knife cut more or less, and also it brag say he no get any boundary with the president. So when he want for talk, he can tell president say today this man and for sack him, tomorrow that man and for do this. If not for let them jail 6 months. This is a man who don't harass the people in life. You know, even he also put a decree now the township of Falaba. Let other people know go to other political parties, the meetings the way that they call, with specific preference. Now one daddy with the APC aspirants, then two now one daddy. In the SLPP, the man the APC. At one point, it go to an extent, it count with some family fight between you and brother. It tell the people of Falaba saying brother and a stranger. So if a kettle is calling it sounds interesting. If the pot is calling if the pot is calling the kettle black, and I wonder who is black. You understand? Then you wonder the brother, I tell the people say a brother a foreigner. Imagine that. You see how it don't pierce a knife through, the relationship. Then also it threaten people not for attend even meal meeting. You understand? Even in brother meeting. So now only SLPP meeting be the flop to some extent. So at the end of the day, it pressure people in life. Somebody can just kind of say, ambassador, that you party and you attend APC meeting. If you know that, then a problem for you. I go threaten you, then go this, then so that is a guy where host somebody where they impersonate the military force. They don't do it for the past 1 week, then get rid of him on Friday when I been the eve to the election. This man they talk say in a military personnel. He put on a military fatigue on Friday, now captain by ranks. You understand? So but people below they notice not a soldier at all. So when the military forces don't come protect the Falaba and its environs for safe elections, they make a complaint to the police. When the police come, they invite the soldiers them, then they order for an arrest. Right now the ambassador in Palo, I swear to be God what they say. People knows this, and I think they think the news don't go sporadic. Right now the ambassador in Palo, the ambassador say he hasn't got any idea of the man existence within the chiefdom. But now Palo and this man don't they live now. People don't they see evidences are there. So then find out say the man is impersonating. You understand that? And also another man again where now SLPP thug then catch him with pistol. I mean, this is sad for our democracy, and this is sad for our country. And all of those guys will go under. Now, 10 guys in the states for go now other political parties then stronghold for go create riots. Even me, one of the strong areas where I feel I'm a stronghold. Could you imagine where me political party agent they go there, they ask them out of the center. So pass where I get for go there, tell them say if they don't know if that particular center will be the starting point for violence, I don't care. I say my party agent is supposed for they because una no go for do anything now where they against the will of the people. I say so in it for the day. I go make a complaint to the police. So now the police then come now, they allow the man for go inside. So where are we heading to? That is the $1 million question. President Bio, this time wake up call. A need for no say the one then way I don't entrust public responsibility in the hands, nor they run the affairs of the state well, including itself. So it has a responsibility. We need for drop all other grievances. They come into governance with a biased contingent that I'm going to embrace my countrymen, my tribesmen. I mean, you go get the whole thing messed up. And that we don't see. So for now, all of the deeds, all of the activities of the SLPP party into them by elections here ferment trouble for this country, and we need for treat the issues here with iron hand. I think, like I said, I repeat again, this is not to revolt. I mean, this is not to jump our government. The people need for no say we elected President Bill democratically. So he hasn't got any other alternative but to rule us democratically. You understand? So this message need for go right across the country, right across the world. Could you imagine? Then people and they grab, then seal then get one black jeep, then seal the number plate with plastic, the slow taper, just follow the law, identify the motor car in number plates. Then go park some side at the entrance of Ganya. APC self bring their own talks there. The people became scary. Don't even go vote, and that is one of my strong area. You understand it? So for we all together, a very sad experience, and the country not run well, and not run of which we really expect from the previous SLPP government under the auspices of late President Ahmed Tijan Kabba. It's a complete different SLPP we are seeing altogether.
Wow. Just the other day, so many of we've been so excited for the peace talk. So, and some of the sets be very skeptical about this peace talk. What thing are you take on this peace talk? Because not so too long, immediately after this peace talk again, with the hear this.
Yes, I think Then I wait for, I don't know how I will put my sister. Now a camouflage. You understand? Then I like President Bio for reduce that pressure on aid way people be known the teller of how the sitting president now Liberia don't meet with Johnson Sirleaf, other president, and they meet with them predecessors, for give them guides to how for run the country. I think I mean get that pressure. Now like a matter of him being removing that pressure from his head. Now that make it do am. But not efficient. Even the Binti humanitarian, they say for national peace cohesion. Well, we after that incident now we see the worst. I mean, this is the 21st century. A very sad for see the ugly scenario will happen at Constituency 110. I mean, a government minister they go hold ballot box, and they tear them apart. They scatter the ballot papers, and the SLPP is boasting, bluffing with a particular radical within the country now, being popularly known for Arata. I mean, the president knows that and then say, I don't know how realistic that is. That boy was just a passerby. Now then get a vehicle, the man has a forerunner. You understand? And the man now a key driver for escalate that violence now 110. He was the center of everything, back up with the ministers, state ministers. I mean, it's unfortunate. And President Bill sees videos of those things and he hasn't done anything about it. I mean, so where are we going? So the press talked with the ex-president and the entourage were like now more or less a camouflage for fool the people. After immediately that happened on the 12th of this month, and all of them of the scenario they explained so happened on the 14th. So you see how efficient that they be. I mean, I'm afraid we don't know where our country is heading to. We don't know.
Oh my God. I want now you take this opportunity. I don't want to hold you any longer. Now you take this opportunity to speak to the youth of Sierra Leone and Sierra Leonean as a whole. Waiting will be that your message. Take that opportunity, sir.
The message, the people of this country, youth especially, when you watch some of my flyers the way they go around, I've been emphatically tell the youth of this country, say let them choose hope over fear. And the prosperity of youth in this country lies in the hands of NGC. Because you look at the NGC, we they try for promote youth and women's empowerment. And that make in the wisdom at my age and my financial strength. You look at small Bobo, you look at the candidate now before there. We are all young guys all together. So that don't manifest the fact say the NGC is gearing towards youth empowerment. But on the other side is I want for also encourage the youth. Let them stay out of violence. If any politician go meet you for go help or propagate violence, ask and say, call you Pikile Kanju and we will all go to this fight. Because a whole lot of those guys, yes, I mean, this is serious. You understand? And if they can't tell me for give me money, for give me rum, say, we'll go fight. I mean, this now will party. We'll not sit down, then guys, I can't put me in a power. But when you young picking, if you don't ask and say, okay, yes, call you picking, at the team up with her. I mean, me go, I don't mind, I will take the front stage, but lay in at the back. Let's go together. So when the shooting will come, I go be pierced, and you picking say go be pierced. And then they go put a stop to politicians, not for the give money like and that. Drugs to people, to young people for letting go propagate violence. I mean, this is serious. It's not a laughing matter. I think that's one part.
But that analogy is just wonderful. I love that.
Honestly,
love that.
Yes, that is it.
Very serious.
I mean, let's be realistic. You understand, eh? And you look at those guys where they go tell people where they influence the violence, they know the shot, not the picture. They go take people picking, when a low income earners spoon feed them with words, spoon feed them with money, gear and drugs. And let me tell you something, most of the drugs where them politicians, some of them politicians, they give, then youth are very expensive drugs. And at the end of the day, if those guys haven't got the resources to go out and buy those drugs, what's going to happen? then they decide for do otherwise, forget money for do that, for go buy that drug. So for now, media advise me colleague youth and right across this country, let we stay out of violence, because violence not get any way we go pay with good, but rather harm. You understand? And we all don't see the dangers where them riot here can cost. We don't see Tonko Limba incident where forcefully, where the SLPP feel say that councillorship. Now then for we now, we see a 4-year-old became be died. You understand? You see how the disaster will happen now, 110. I think we were a little bit better. I think one other guy again, before me, he then arrest, he get that paper spray and catch out with knife, then catch out with dagger and all of that. I think he's also an SLPP member. I mean, I know they label SLPP, but the way how they how they want apply the roots, may a wrong, and I condemn them totally, because when a peace loving Sierra Leonean, I think let we try for desist from them things, then they will create problem for us. Let we see how we can push the country for long-term growth. Let we all get that saying again for put Salon first. And if we get that mentality, we go forget about the political party ideology. We forget about with tribal ideology and push Sierra Leone and see any other person like a peaceful loving Sierra Leone. See your opponent like your brother. It happens where KKY go pay me a visit na Falaba. It helped me for go do a tour. So the Ali Badara, the APC aspirant, we move. Me and him, we go greet them. We go na the SLPP man in Os. I mean, two brothers, then they very close. Look Os. They not even talk. Politics don't spare them apart. We go greet.
Okay, we'll get small interruption. Mr. Sise, I'll give you a couple seconds. If not, I will take you and bring you right back. For now, you finish your thoughts, then we'll call it a wrap. And I all welcome in and I thank you for in that time. I will try my best for respond to the comments then later. Okay, so we'll give it small time. For now, Mr. HASSAN come back before I get a one or two closing statements, and we call it a wrap for the day. Okay. All right. So in case I know it will get back Mr. Sise, I want to highlight some of the significant points that we make today. I want to take this opportunity first and foremost for send out sincere thanks and appreciation to both Mr. Kabba. 1 second, I'll see if I go bring Mr. I think I did try for connect now. Okay, I still try for connect Mr. Sise, but it seems to be very, very slow. Okay, until I'm back. Okay. Okay. Still a try for bring Mr. Hassan back. All right. So I assume say the connection or allow we for the Mr. Hassan come back. I will try for make a closing statement and make one more attempt. Then for tell both Mr. Kabba and Mr. Sise plenty thank you for when I honor the invitation today. When I take time out of in a hectic schedule them and from in a family for making a possibility. I want to tell the audience them plenty thank you as well. I want also send a message again to we current president, we sitting president, His Excellency President Madabio. As you can hear, this now from the voice and the views of the NGC aspirants them from both constituency 110 and constituency 040 Falaba. Yes, like I stated, I congratulate you on September 12th on taking a bold step towards national cohesion. Unfortunately, for Motuwudiyeri, 2 days later, the 14th of September 2019, the behavior still continue. Will they continue for which patiently, and I quote based on the statement, the authentic statement where Mr. Sisegi today, wherein that the supporter of the current party, the SLPP, wherein they may intimidate and is still continue for stand strong message say even the incident of one constituency 110 or the incident of constituency 040 now small thing they don't see, and the one where they happen for the upcoming election it will be worst. We still wait for you patiently. Like I make my last closing statement, His Excellency, on the last one where we get that emergency broadcast on the day where you make the announcement that this peace talk may be a fruitless endeavor. Will they continue and also now an opportunity for now you prove the set of Sierra Leoneans then we believe say it's not sincere. It's just a matter of international pressure. We make you just have to call the peace talk. We get only one salon and only salon alone, and you are given that position for now. You make it an inclusive governance, not by political affiliation, but rather for every Sierra Leonean, not by tribal affiliation, but rather for every Sierra Leonean. So we go continue for use this platform for every Sierra Leonean, irrespective of their political affiliation. We they continue for cry for help and for justice to be served, not for selected few, but for all Sierra Leonean. We they continue for hope and put we trust in God, and God don't put that trust in you and in a position wherein that you are to be to answer to all Sierra Leonean and to be fair to every Sierra Leonean. So until next time, I will see again if I can able bring Mr. Sise in. If not, I will call it a wrap. Okay. Once again, I want to tell both of the aspirants then plenty thank you for in a time. And I talk now so sincerely in a not do anything with the outside of the norm, so we hope that no one will go arrest them wrongly, because then talk sincerely and then talk as a patriotic Sierra Leonean, then talk and address national issue and national concern, and sincerely, not in the interest of the political party, but rather in the interest of Sierra Leone as a whole. So Mr. President and your entire executive, your entire administration, with a hope for the best and with a continue for patiently wait. Once again, thank you to both of these aspirants and to inner the viewers them. Without after God, without inner there's no critical thinking talk show. I continue for extend my sincere appreciation on behalf of the entire team and on behalf of myself. And I thank you. Until next time, this is not a critical thinking talk show with a host, Khadija Tijan Nabi. God bless we all, and God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. I apologize, we are not able to go through all the thread. As I can tell you now, it can be very overwhelming trying for conduct an interview and then go back and read. So I apologize, and in a way I'm able to bring on board. I get for go do me 9 to 5, as Emma can say.
we will not born meter. We get for go finna. So I get for stop this interview for now, and I dey hope for get another one before I go work, but if not, maybe tomorrow. And I thank you again. God bless we all. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone.